whatever happened to predictability? The milkman, the paperboy, evening TV. It's your old familiar friends, but waiting just around the bend. Everywhere you look, everywhere it's so hard, it's so hard. I hear the horn going too. Everywhere you look, everywhere is the blues. Somebody who'll be.
What's up? It is January 26th, I think. It's Monday. It's January 28th. It's Monday. It's theme song week. The theme is themes, and that was Full House theme song, which is one of the better theme songs, I think, going. I think this is the only one I have for this week where people are going to be like, yeah, that's a good choice, Jimmy.
Okay. Leave the people wanting more.
Yeah, no. The rest are what I like. I mean, I like this, but what are your thoughts? I mean, I think you like this theme song, but I don't know.
It's a good song. Very upbeat. Isn't this the song that Adam Devine sang to get on
Pitch Perfect, yeah.
Pitch Perfect, yeah. Did I get the right Adam?
I don't know. Levine, Divine. Whatever happened to predictability? Milkman, the paperboy, the evening TV. So it's one of the better openings you can do. Actually, even before that, the like, so good.
Yeah. And Adam Devine, Workaholics.
He had to go on Pitch Perfect audition. They're like, do you have a song prepared? And he was like, yeah. He didn't. And he just sang that.
And one of the fun things there, Adam Devine, one of my favorite people in Hollywood. Have big expectations for him, like him a lot, like what he's done. I talked about, I think it was on this, talked about who could ever one day do the next Mrs. Doubtfire movie, because they're going to try to remake it at some point. And he's like the only guy I've got in that boat right now. But in a weird twist of irony, his name is one letter off from Adam Levine, the lead singer of Maroon 5, who I hate.
Why you hate him?
Because it's a joke, man. He's short, he's covered in tats, and because he dates a supermodel, girls are like, oh, isn't he the greatest? It's like, no, if you saw this dude playing at your local bar, you'd be like, get out of here. Like, I'm not into that.
He can sing, though, and he writes really good songs.
Absolutely.
Okay. All right. I liked a lot of Maroon 5 back in like the early 2000s. But I don't have any. I'm not going to sit here and defend Adam.
That's
Levine.
how you rake in all the ladies?
Yeah.
I used to be pretty into Maroon 5 in the early 2Ks.
Isn't She Will Be Loved? It was like Adam Levine was dating a girl, but then he fell in love with the mom or something in the music video.
I don't know. You were the one that was pretty big into Maroon 5 in the early 2000s.
I shouldn't have said that because I really just
sounds really hot.
I just like that one song. You know what? I recently watched Full House, and when I say recently, probably like 6 years ago after college, when like Netflix was a thing, and I was like, oh, you can watch old shows. This is new,
right?
And I watched the whole first season of Full House, and it was cracking me up because I was just picturing us living that life, like being
Jesse and Bob?
Yeah. No, I pictured me as Stamos with the dead wife.
I'm Joey.
Yeah, you're Joey, and
cut it out.
Nick Proch was Stamos.
Okay.
Because Joey's pretty funny. Does accents, does impressions.
Yeah. Doesn't really have a real life.
No. Sings a lot. They sing in like almost every episode of the first season.
Yeah.
They're like a troubadour band or whatever.
We have to stop ourselves from singing.
Yeah. Anyway, good theme song. You probably won't like the rest. How was your day, Jake? You had a wild start today. For anyone that's tuned in and wondering why this got dropped so late.
Right.
The Denver snow.
First, I want to tell the people if you're on Bumble, Hinge, Tinder, one of those dating apps, and you're one of those people going through your profile, and you're like, I want it to be fun. I want people to know that I'm fun. How do I depict that using words? And what I would tell them is make the first line of your bio. I was pretty into Maroon 5 in the early 2000s, so And I think if someone appreciates that joke, you found a good person.
And she will be loved.
Rainbows and butterflies, it's compromising. We said we don't sing. So there's snow in Denver, and my girlfriend is a very poor driver. No stereotypes. If she was a human, if she was a guy, girl, animal, she's just a bad driver. She's one of the first to admit it. Her mother was a bad driver. She learned from her, and like that, it's it. Like it's in stone at this point. Why is that, Jim? Why can't people like become a good driver? Be like, oh yeah, I was a horrible driver. Now I'm pretty good. Like you never hear that.
I fully changed the way I drive, so maybe other people can.
I mean, a little bit. You've had many different driving dynamics, but you've always been considered a good driver. You've just done a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
You used to read while you drove, which was the craziest thing I ever heard.
I read the entire book of Seabiscuit while driving across the highway.
How did it end?
Seabiscuit? Oh, the jockey, Red Pollard, becomes a mute, and it's just something so beautiful about that.
Had you seen the movie before reading the book?
I had, yeah.
While you were driving?
I had seen the movie, which helped while driving because I could picture it in my head better.
Okay, well, that's good then. So the pro tip: if you're gonna read and drive, watch the movie first.
People try to act like reading and driving makes me a bad driver. It's like, no, I can do that because I'm a good driver.
Yeah, a little bit. I mean, it does. It's much increased difficulty, and well, we won't do that whole thing. That leads to texting and driving, and yeah, don't read and drive, kids.
Unless you're good at it.
So look outside this morning, wake up, and Jess gives me the look like, because then things turn on me, because it's like, okay, how dangerous is the snow? Like, is it dangerous enough where she's looking at me thinking, okay, is it dangerous enough that he's going to be like, oh yeah, sure, I'll drive you in, or is he going to give me a fight? And then she's wondering, well, is that dangerous? Blah, blah, blah. And then, so I look outside instantly and she's like, hey, it's snowing pretty good. I look outside and I'm instantly like, oh boy, like you're not making it into work in this, like no chance. So I was like, yeah, I'll drive you. I'll talk to Jim. We'll push back a little bit. No problem. So I think something I may have missed, and again, at the time, like it probably would have made things worse if I said this, but I looked outside and thought it was pretty bad and thought about throwing the, like, do you have to go into work? But I didn't. I was just like, you know what? She wants to go into work. It's fine. I can get her there. And I was going to set up in an office at her place, at her office, because I want to do a Talking Knicks thing today. And I was like, it'll be good. I'll have some office space for a little bit. Fine. So we start driving, and Denver is a hot mess. Hot mess. Just a mix of snow, the roads, people. Like, people in Denver don't really know how to drive in snow. That's like a myth. Because they know how to get to the mountains and do that. But driving around Denver and getting to snow, and the infrastructure is not great for a big city yet, so it's just a mess. We go in 15 minutes. We go about a mile. So then girlfriend Jess. So again, if you're keeping track at home, ex-roommate Jeff, girlfriend Jess. Tough to keep track of. Lord knows I've woken up next to both of them. But so we get about that far, and she gives the first, like, this is really bad. Should I go in? And I was like, hey, it's your call at this point. It is what it is. I'm fine either way. Like, I'm not angry at you for wanting to go in. I think we've done everything right. You knew it was too dangerous for you to drive. I'm driving. We're here. It's worse than we thought. Okay. So then, like, another 5 minutes goes by. She brings it up on her maps, and it's going to take another 40 minutes to get to her office. And so she dropped that number, and I was like, now in the back of my head, I'm like, I don't think we're going, babe. But I don't say that because I already have a plan in place. And she's like, yeah, let me think for a second. And then I was like, by the way, this is your decision because we're heading to your work. So whatever. So then she caves. She's like, yeah, let's turn this around. And I mean, you know, she was trying to be the go-getter, do good. And she was like, yeah, I think they might even be closing the office. And then I was like, okay, like, what are we doing here? But so turned it around, came back, and still snowing really good. And Jim, something, well, A, I'll get your thoughts on all that. But B, ex-roommate Jeff, again, for those keeping track at home, Jimmy's good friend Jeff. We've been talking about he's wanted to make weed gummies for a while now because you can buy the oil and like you can supposedly make like 1,000 weed gummies for $30. I mean, very much Jeff's market there. And so the first time he suggested this to me, I was like, yeah, man, I'm in. Like, we should do it sometime. But then we kind of started laughing because it's like, okay, two guys playing together to make weed gummies. Like, that's, I don't know. That's not cool guy stuff necessarily. So the thing that we both agreed on and our eyes lit up on was, yo, he's a teacher. I was like, this is such a snow day activity.
Mm-hmm.
So we've been waiting for a snow day. So now we're turning around. I'm bringing us back home, and I'm like, oh shoot, I should text Jeff. Like, this could be the snow day. So I text Jeff because it's gnarly out, dude. You can't get around town. But so here's something for you.
All right.
So the teachers of Denver are looking to strike soon because they want more stuff. Because that's how life works.
Okay.
And so the superintendent, and this is a little bit of roommate Jeff's gospel, but I'll believe it. Because this stuff is on the horizon, like, dude, there wasn't even delays or anything for Denver public schools. And it's like, it's bad out. So he's saying it's part of like a game of chicken and all the negotiating stuff and playing hardball. And I was like, I don't know. I think number one priority is the kid's safety. But hey, if it is that, like, I don't know, classic case of adults just missing out on what you're supposed to be doing. So because of that, Jeff and I aren't making our weed gummies, but maybe later.
All right. A lot of stuff. A lot of stuff going on.
A lot of stuff to unpack. Big morning.
Coming in hot. I think I'm going to sum up your first part of your story. There's a lot of parts to that story.
Yeah.
And I'll sum it up for you. I think this is what you were saying. I don't agree with it, but I think you were saying
girls are bad.
Ooh, went there.
No, I don't. The weed gummy thing. You and Kraus just spent a day making weed gummies. That'd be funny. I was thinking it'd be like that scene from Our Idiot Brother where they're just making candles. Have you seen that scene?
Totally. To thank her for energy.
Well, that's a fun scene. I don't really have much else. The teacher strike, no interest there.
No, that doesn't get you riled up.
No, don't care at all.
The Denver teacher strike doesn't get people riled up. Okay.
No interest there.
Well, let me tell you.
So there was no fun.
Early 2000s, bud. Maroon 5.
I had
you had to be there.
I had so many things that I was going to say along the way to interject, but you kept going, and then you kept spinning it into a new topic that I lost track of my interjections. So
it was a big morning.
I'm lost now. But
I mean, driving, snow, bailing.
Sounds like you didn't have fun driving in the snow, and I feel bad for you because it's a fun time.
Here's what I'll say. I came to a full realization today that the truck people make things worse because they just think they can drive normal. Oh, this is why I have a truck to drive through the snow. So I'm just going to drive like I normally do. Mm-hmm. But when the other 90% of vehicles on the road can't do that, now you have become the problem, sir. Mm. So that was a little old man moment. But yeah, I saw the worst 5 driving maneuvers I saw this morning were all done by trucks that thought they could just drive normally.
They're having fun. Maybe they just drive in the snow to go have fun and do fun shit.
No. It's commute time. It's not fun time.
Okay.
It's I could still get to the office on time. It's like, no, dude. People have been stuck on the highway for like 2.5 hours.
What how was the rest of your weekend?
Weekend was good, man. I was trying to have a quiet weekend because Super Bowl weekend coming up, and had a ski weekend the weekend before. So just kind of chilled, man. Actually really nice. Watch some Deportes, watch my UConn get a dub. And then we met one of our friends got a puppy a little while back, Gumbo.
Gumbo?
Gumbo.
Are they from Gumbo Land?
Oh, they're from the Carolinas. You'd think that would be the first question I'd ask. Didn't even bring it up. I just said, okay, your dog's name is Gumbo.
Yeah. I think
They said
cool.
they made a gumbo and they're going to make that like an annual tradition, which I like that a lot.
I hope they. I was going to say something so mean.
Wow.
And I don't know where it came from because I'll take it back. I'm not even going to say it.
You don't want to say it anymore?
No. That's weird. It just came from a place of anger. I'll let people know. I was going to say, I hope they make a gumbo and their dog eats it and gets sick. And it's just like so viciously mean. I caught myself, so I can't get in trouble. And I'm trying to diagnose where that thought came from.
Well, I'll wrap up my weekend.
I think I was upset that they weren't from Louisiana and they named their dog Gumbo with no tie to Gumbo Land. And then I just feel like you're faking Gumbo love. And then I just went so mean. I caught myself, Jake, though. That's what you have to do when you have mean streaks. You have to catch yourself in the moment and talk yourself and berate yourself for being a mean guy. So I've done that now.
I guess you could say it's not always rainbows and butterflies. It's compromise, you know?
I did put on the Maroon 5 music video for She Will Be Loved. And the story is Adam what's his name? Levine?
Levine.
Adam Levine plays a show. This mother-daughter group are there. They're both hot as hell. They're both into him. He's dating the daughter. The mother sees him and the daughter, runs away upset. He runs to comfort the mother. Now he's making out with the mother. The daughter runs out, sees that. Now she's heartbroken. So they're like, hey, Adam, what do you think this song's music video should be? How about these two really hot women, mother-daughter combo? They're both in love with me, and I'm with both of them.
Yeah.
I kind of get why you don't like them now. That kind of sums it up.
Yeah, I've got an idea. Yeah, no, okay, no, you guys, all the band playing, we're doing this ripping show. That sounds cool, but instead, it's me making out with a hot mom and the daughter. Yes or no? Seize your thumb. But yeah, Noodle the Doodle played with Gumbo, which Gumbo is a corgi, so it was a lot of fun because the corgi's about an eighth of the size of Noodle. So it was good. It was relaxing, man, which Papi Gordo needed.
Nice.
How was your weekend?
Well, good. Done a lot of stuff. We're entertaining still, so I was out and about. I got real tired. I ate terrible. Felt so sick. I had about as much dairy and cheese in the last 4 days as I've eaten in the last 4 months because I try to stay away from it because my body doesn't like it. So that was not fun. But we've been doing a lot of stuff. Katie's parents are in town, and it's kind of just relaxing, and everyone's sitting around and playing board games, doing puzzles. My kind of weekend.
Nice.
Went and saw
some
places.
games.
Yeah, a lot of games. All right, let's get into news. The Knicks lost to the Nets by 10 on Friday. Then they lost to the Heat by 9 on Sunday. How's that for improvement? Where we want Cantor chants rang down from the rafters at Madison Square Garden. What the fuck's going on? Is he beloved? We'll get into that. Whatever. UConn beat Wichita State by 60. That can't be correct. I think they beat them by 20 on Saturday. And ex-Huskies coach Kevin Ali has continued his lawsuit against UConn for being unjustly fired to get his $10 million that he thinks he's owed. St. John's has lost to Georgetown. They now have 1 win in their last 5 games. We knew this was a tough stretch, and it is proving to be true. CCSU lost to LIU Brooklyn. They are now 8-13 in the warm-up for the conference tournament.
Wow, 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 wow.
Whammy. Dude, is Cantor loved? Like, why'd they chant "We Want Cantor"? I was thoroughly disappointed, upset, and embarrassed.
Yeah, I mean, here's the Cantor thing. I mean, he still puts up numbers. Like he's gonna get you points and rebounds. And so if you see that and you know the Knicks are gonna lose anyways, you want to see the guy get points and rebounds. And I don't know, it can be misconstrued. You look at Cantor's stats, and on paper, he looks like a solid double-double guy. But again, it's easy to ignore that he's an absolute sieve on defense. I mean, all the bad stuff with Turkey, like you should be on Enos's Cantor side on that.
I am.
Because that's obviously
I've said that
bad.
before. He's
Right.
brought awareness. If it wasn't for him, I wouldn't know about the unjustness. So he's doing a good job being ambassador.
And I mean, Fizdale had the recent quote that was like, "What are we going to do? Just lose more?"
We didn't talk about that, but I love that quote.
Yeah, that was really good. That was really good.
God.
But yeah, I mean, Nick, the Knicks have lost 9 straight. They've lost 17 of 18. They've lost 22 of 24. So it's almost like a why not? Like it's almost like the Ron Baker love from earlier this season. I don't know if you remember that.
That was
the crowd
ironic.
chanting for him like a walk-on.
Yeah.
And then like almost a little bit of that with all the Turkey stuff and the team being awful. It's like, yeah, get some Cantor going.
All right.
And some people like his antics. I mean, it's a weird time in Knicks land. Like this is the losing that we feel like we should have done for a decade to try to get a good pick. But now that we're watching it, it does suck to watch. And Melo was in the house yesterday, Jim, and got a nice ovation. So it's it's just funny how the world spins sometimes, man.
Quick question for you. Are you ready?
I think so.
Was Kevin Ali fired because he's black?
No.
Let that word resound.
He wants $8 million. Well, he was owed $10 million.
Right.
Because they fired him early, he doesn't get that money. I kind of am on his side, like, well, I'm going to try and do everything I can to get that money.
Right.
Because is he going to get other coaching options? He got hired from within.
I would
get
shocked.
big money again.
I think he's going to be done in college basketball. Just because what he did with UConn, like he won a national title, but it like wasn't his players. He only had so much set up. Like I think Kevin Ali, you'd actually love. You might want to bring up his NBA player page because, dude, Kevin Ali just hung out in the NBA for like an extra decade because guys liked him. Like he was the last guy on the bench that was like the veteran that taught you how to hang out. Like guys like Kevin Durant, like LeBron, like guys love Kevin Ali. Sorry, I say it a little too enthusiastic because I want to say Prince Ali, 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 I bet you'll see him as an assistant coach in the NBA because he's got a lot of credit there. People like him.
Either way, I don't think he's making $8 million in a year for any time soon.
No. But he, Jim, there's a ton of rumors around this. There was rumors he was having an affair with a student. So it's one of those things. We'll see if the truth comes out. We'll see if there's a settlement. I think, I don't know. Depends who wants to go down for what and what ends up being true. But no, he didn't get fired for being black. He got fired because the program with the most national titles in the past 22 years or whatever it is had back-to-back losing seasons under him, I believe. So that's why he got fired, dude. And maybe the affair thing. So that Connecticut is in like financial trouble. So they could be being a little skeevy to try to get out of it. So like I don't have a side picked yet. I guess it's a little bit both ways. So
cool.
Yeah.
You got anything else here in the local news? I don't think there's anything much worth talking about.
In the local news. You're out. The Alberts. We haven't heard from you in a while.
Yeah, it's tough going. They got a
Tough
good
stretch
stretch.
for the Giants.
Their good stretch. St. John's good stretch isn't over too. They got a couple more tough games coming up.
I'll say we did some fun Yankee stuff yesterday on Talking Yanks. Go check that out. We did a poll.
Have you seen how many people have filled out that poll now?
Yeah, we're up to like 1,200.
Yeah.
And it's really interesting. And Jimmy and I didn't fully know what we were stumbling into, but I mean, it's shocking for a Yankees team that the consensus from fans is we don't know what the middle infield's going to look like.
The only things that the fans are, there's like 5 things the fans are in sync about. Judge is batting second and playing right field.
Right.
Giancarlo is going to be the DH. Gary is going to be the catcher. Actually, Giancarlo being the DH isn't even that much, but it's Judge is going to be the right fielder. Gary's going to be the catcher. Hicks is going to be the center fielder. No other defensive position is like locked up. Or everyone, it's split. There's no like high number. And then Judge is going to be the 2-hole hitter. And that's those 4 things are the only thing that 90% of the fan base agrees on, which is kind of crazy.
Actually, you know, it's kind of wild. Something that I guess surprised us a little. Luke Voigt with 86% of the first base vote.
Yeah, it makes sense, but
yeah, I mean, we thought that was going to be one of the biggest discussions heading into camp, but right now it doesn't look like it. But that's some fun stuff. If you follow us through the Yankee stuff, go check that out because that ended up turning out real good.
I'm dumb as hell. We had so many people fill this out that probably don't even know that it's a Talking Yanks poll.
Right.
I should have put our image or our logo, or I should have put like a fun question at the end, like, do you listen to Talking Yanks? Yes, no, but I'm about to.
Yeah.
I'm dumb sometimes.
Yeah, dumb. The Nets have been playing good basketball. Shout out Kenny Atkinson's their sketchy looking head coach. Ruocco, our boy, calling the games.
Let's move on to the Pro Bowl or the national news.
Can you tell me what's going on with CCSU real quick?
Oh, dude! I mean, this is all exhibition. Once the season starts and the conference tournament's up, they know exactly what they have to do.
All right.
None of this shit matters.
Nothing matters.
You can go 0 for 20. What's the worst record to ever win the conference tournament? That's kind of interesting.
Ooh, we might have to dig that up.
Like they were just god awful all season, then they're like, okay, let's turn it on. And then they win. You know what I mean? All right,
I think there's been a couple under 500 teams, like total record, that have gotten into the NCAA tournament. You're my research guy in that. You know how long that would take me to find.
Hit me with the national champion, the national news.
Jim, I got a couple curveballs for you. U.S. men's soccer hires a new head coach, Bearhalter, and they beat Panama in his debut. Are we back? Yup. Jason Witten breaks the Pro Bowl trophy, but the Pro Bowl is already broken, Jim. I don't know if you saw this. Offensive guys were playing defense. The whole thing was it's getting worse, which is shocking. Clemson did not test and has no plans to test more players for PEDs. Tennis house alert. This is the house of tennis. Aussie Open. Novak, the Joker, Djokovic, gets the W. I'm living that dub life. Cam Jordan showed up in the Pro Bowl that shit in a nice shirt. Blow whistles, not games. Make calls, not apologies. What's he talking about? Redskins believe Alex Smith with the broken leg will miss all of 29 beans. And, I mean, the biggest news I really want to talk about is Wade Phillips showing up to the Super Bowl in an outfit that says, suck my dick.
Couple quick hitters. Clemson, no, not testing for PEDs. Schrodinger's cat. Like, why would you? Sure.
Yeah.
You don't test, you'll never know. The Pro Bowl, I saw 3 highlights from the Pro Bowl. If you sat down and watched the Pro Bowl and focused on it, wasn't in the background at a bar and you saw some plays. It wasn't just in the house while you were doing other things. If you sat on the couch and you watched the Pro Bowl from start to finish, I think you're sick in the head. And
Yeah.
I hate to be mean. I honestly think you're sick in the head. I think you're a crazy loon, and it's almost pre-crime.
I had a funny streak going. I don't know if it was happenstance or if there's one of those things that I'm secretly a sheep and the world runs me. I feel like I've seen the Pro Bowl on at a bar or restaurant for the past like decade. Just because I don't know if it's like subconsciously, like it's the weekend before football or before the Super Bowl. So I try to take it easy that weekend, and then I end up going out for a drink or something that Sunday, and then it's on TV. But I have this vivid image of my head at like 10 restaurants and bars, just catching the Pro Bowl in the background and be like, oh yeah, that's going on. That's okay. That's weird. I'll watch one reverse flea flicker, and that's it. Yeah, if you sit down and watch it, you're absolutely right, Jim. I don't think you're offending anyone.
Cool. Nice. Blow whistles, not games, and make calls, not apologies. He's probably going to fine for wearing that shirt. That's funny to show up in that shirt.
Good shirt. Well made.
Well made. Redskins, Alex Smith. Alex Smith is going to miss all of 2019. Kudos to me. I'm going to pat myself on my own back on Jomboy and Jake Radio. I said that. You said he was probably going to play. So, you.
What? I have to dig up the tape on that.
I said that. What if Alex Smith is out and they're like, but we have a shot to win? Maybe they'll take Eli on for a season or two, and he ends his career there. And you said that Alex Smith was going to be healthy and people recover, and I said I don't think so. Bad injury.
Yeah, show me the episode on that. I'll give that a listen. I still don't think the Redskins would ever want Eli. So
me neither. Me neither. It was just my example of a team who had lost a quarterback.
Okay. Seems like you're snagging a little there. Joker. How much of the Djokovic match did you watch?
0.
Okay. Did you watch Witten break the trophy?
Saw that. Blaming Jason Witten for that is unreal.
Yeah.
He just picked up the trophy and it was 2 pieces.
Yeah, it looked like there was 2 nubs that like click in. That are like, I mean, it summed up the Pro Bowl. Like, oh, here's a shiny trophy we want to mean something, but is held together with 2 Legos.
Find the guy who made the Pro Bowl trophy and blame him. Jason Witten just picked it up.
Yeah. Jim, I did miss a couple NBA things. Dude, I'm gonna get you. I might have to make it the bet of the day one of these days. But dude, Luka Doncic is so good, and he's like fun for the Mavericks. He had the first 30-point teenage triple-double in NBA history, I believe. And he's like this 6'8" European dude. He's got some bad tats that sneak out of his jersey. Don't love that. Not even in the old man way. Like, they're just not cool. But, dude, the way he plays is really fun. And
where's he from in Europe?
Doncic? Luka?
Slovenian.
Gotta go. Gorgeous.
Hey, who wants to be the Jomboy and Jake? Who listens every day and wants to be the stat boy? Because Jake and I are on an impressive roll of just getting something so wrong.
Yeah.
And sounding like dumb idiots. We said that we had the guy from Michigan and Porzingis, both from Lithuania, when Kristaps is from Latvia. And someone was like that. We spent like a good 5 minutes on that conversation.
Yeah, I think we got into the depths of Lithuania. They used to have a guy, I think you remember Mindaugas Kuzminskis, Cheese. And he was Lithuanian. Why don't we have the cheese soundbite check?
Didn't we lock you in a dumpster once?
Gotta add that to the soundboard.
Yeah, I got out. Artie Cruz. Yeah, Artie's in the chat all the time watching live. Artie, if you catch us saying something wrong. Well, actually, Artie, now this is kind of rude of you, because Artie's in the chat. He says, I watch and I always notice but never say anything. And he could tell us in live time, like, hey, you're sounding like idiots right now.
No, I get that. That's one of those, like, if your significant other says something that's kind of off, but correcting them is just going to make them worse than the value of correcting them, you just let it slide.
No, yeah, we'll say dumb things.
But yeah, I had a couple people talk to me on Twitter about that, and there used to be a dream of this all foreign Knicks team when Zinger came up. Cheese, Willie Hernan Gomez. That's kind of Kevin Knox has kind of blown that. The other big thing that's fun, it gets into some heavy sports topics, but Anthony Davis requested a trade today, actually. So that'll be interesting. That's going to be every 2-3 years. There's a big piece in the NBA that demands a move and changes the power somewhere. So we'll see where he lands, Jimmer.
Every 2-3 years. Okay, next up. Oh shit!
We got to talk a little golf too.
Yeah. That's what I'm trying to bring up. But I liked having the golf theme music in the background.
Sure.
Well, this isn't golf theme music. Shut up.
The hell was that?
It says golf. I gotta put this on the soundboard. I just go to YouTube right now. But yeah, here we go. This is what I like. The one and done. The first weekend of the one and done Pick'em Challenge for Jomboy and Jake Radio has been completed. Winning the Farmers Insurance was one very own Justin Rose, who was picked by one participant of the Jomboy and Jake Radio Challenge. That participant's name was John. John has earned $1,278,000. Followers. In second place in the Jomboy and Jake Challenge was Team Ant, who picked Hideki Matsuyama, who finished tied for third. Jason Day finished fifth, and Tigers the GOAT had him. That's about it. Jake chose Snedeker, who finished tied for 62nd, which netted Jake 15 grand. And myself chose Patrick Cantlay, who can't cut it. Couldn't cut it. Didn't make the cut. Made the birdie to make the cut, but the damn flag got in the way, and then he missed the cut. That's your update.
Jim, fourth place, 128 Stratford. Does that mean anything to you?
Yeah, I mean, it's got to be someone that went to college with us, right?
It's probably JP, I'm guessing.
Oh yeah, he lived there as well.
But yeah, I was a little mad at myself because I'm in one of these for dinero, and I picked Taylor Gooch, who ended up finishing top 5. But I thought I'd mix it up for our league, so I'm regretting that a little bit. But hey, congrats, John, and hey, third place Tigers the GOAT uploaded a nice picture of their dog. So I'd like to see a couple more pictures up there.
I haven't looked at all the names, but is there any good names here? It doesn't look like it. An Evan and Co name. I wonder if that's Evan. All right. But for our sake, Jake, you chose Snedeker, and you got 15 grand. I chose Cantlay, and I got 0. Not trying to. There's no agenda behind this. In your mind, we basically tied, right?
Oh no, I killed you.
Come on.
You could multiply your score by so much, and I just wrecked you. You can multiply your score infinitely.
I said I was asking an honest question.
Hey, and we did this 2 weeks ago with your fake John Ram pick, and you were peacocking around like the king of the north.
But John Ram actually won money.
Cut you down, chop you into pieces, then put those in a blender, drink it, poop you out, give it to my dog.
If you won 50K and I won 0, then I'd be like, shit, he's got a leg up on me. But you only won 15. It's very similar.
No, if we're being honest, the biggest thing in one and dones I would say is, well, number one is picking winners, which sounds obvious, but like, look at Matsuyama finished. What did he finish? Second or third, and that got second place, $400K, and the winner got $1,300,000. So it's really whoever at the end of the year picks the most actual winners is probably going to win.
You can't accumulate like second place votes or second place finishes and win. You could, but it's much.
I think you can. Like if you have, I don't know, if you each have 3 tournament wins, then that stuff gets a lot more important. But if some guy wins 5 tournaments and second place is 3, you're probably not going to be able to make it up.
Okay. All right, cool. Well, let's call it a half then. Here is the whistle, Jake. Oh, shit.
Which is huge.
Halftime. Now I have my own Stat Boy Jom halftime update.
Okay.
15 or 20 something teams, I counted it, but now I forget, have made the NCAA tournament with a 500 or worse record.
Okay.
The worst record was Florida International, won their conference with an 11-18 record, the A-Sun Conference, and made it as a 16 seed and had a first round loss.
Did that and I'm sorry, I don't want to put you on the spot. Does that have their record in conference?
No.
Okay.
And I'm not gonna.
And that's fine.
Yeah. The most recent one is, it looks like the most recent one, 2016. That's pretty recent. Holy Cross made it in. They won the Patriot Conference, and they had a 15-19 record before that.
The College of the Holy Cross, Jim.
Yeah. No team that entered the tournament with a 500 record or worse won their first game. Makes a lot of sense. Makes a lot of sense. There you go. You got anything else for halftime?
I don't think so. Tim's Net, who I've referenced before, he's a College of the Holy Cross guy. So double Holy Cross Net shout out today.
Nice. We're at 42 minutes right now. Let's do some news then. We'll do 20 minutes.
You know, 42 is one of my favorite numbers.
Big Jackie Robinson fan.
Kind of. Just like the way it comes off the mouth. 42. Fortitude. Whoa, just put that together.
That's why you like it, fortitude.
No, but I liked it before Fortitude. This is like a whole life circle thing for me.
Subconscious, though.
What?
It was in your subconscious. You didn't realize that was the connection, but it was always the connection. You just never realized it.
No. Next.
I read the news today, oh boy, and though the news was rather sad, well, I just had to laugh.
Well, it's 6 o'clock. Time for the news.
An off-duty cop in St. Louis has been killed while playing Russian roulette with 2 other off-duty cops. They weren't shooting themselves. They were taking turns passing the gun and shooting at each other. Sounds like those 2 cops murdered this one cop, and they're playing it off as though they were playing Russian roulette. A runner, turns out he's a hitman. The cops tracked a mob hitman because he wore a running watch to track his miles, and they stole that from his house, tracked the data, and he had been at all the murders. If they don't call this guy the running hitman, well, there's no real other options but to call him the running hitman. No one knows who owns the ghost plane abandoned at the Madrid airport. No one knows. An anti-gay therapist turns out to be gay. Oh, we're all so shocked. Florida man finds grenade while magnet fishing, but drives to Taco Bell before calling the cops, which sparked an evacuation. And a driver arrested for being under the influence of vanilla extract just happened. Where do you want to go first, Jakey?
Let's get this vanilla extract thing out of the way, because what's that about, though?
I'm the same page, man. Same exact wavelength. Like, is this one of those things where there was such an alcoholic that they went on to mouthwash, they ran onto mouthwash, and they were like, let's try the vanilla extract? Does vanilla extract make you drunk, or did they just pull this guy over? They're like, dude, you smell like vanilla. What's going on here? He's like, oh, I just drank a whole bottle of vanilla extract. And he's like, you're arrested. He's like, why? That's illegal? And he's like, I don't know if it's officially illegal, But yeah, I think we got to detain you because that's, normal people don't do this.
Well, Jim, we got to get in the deets here. This is New Canaan, Connecticut. Shout out.
Shout out.
And it's the 50-year-old Stephanie Warner Grease. And it looks like, I think she was told by another housewife in that area, a wealthy, affluent part of Connecticut, which I want to circle back to that, Jim. But I think she was told, like, yo, if you ever get pulled over while drinking, have vanilla extract in your car, pound it, and there's no odor in your breath, you'll be good. And she was like, yeah, okay. So she refused to take any of the field sobriety tests and was taken into custody, and then refused to have her blood alcohol content test taken. She's appearing in court on Thursday, so yeah, I don't know, Stephanie Warner Grice, but it seems under the influence of booze and vanilla extract would be the real storyline here.
Multiple bottles of vanilla extract were found in her car. It ain't her first rodeo.
No.
Man.
How many times has that trick worked?
Yeah, maybe it's worked a bunch. And they're like, oh, shit, I thought you were drunk. Turns out you're not because your breath smells like vanilla.
Oh, Bye. She's just cooking cookies. What do you put vanilla extract in besides cookies? I don't cook anything.
Cake.
Okay. Anything that's not a dessert?
Yeah, I don't think so. I would think vanilla extract is solely a dessert situation.
Okay.
I've never put it in a cooking thing, and I don't really like to bake that much, but I make Katie cookies sometimes.
So, Jim, affluent Connecticut, and a big part of my weekend I missed, and it ties into another story. Do you like the sound of that so far?
I don't know. We'll see.
It's another news story.
Okay.
So I'm linking news stories with a part of my weekend. Wow.
Pro.
Jim, I got caught in a new Netflix show that the lady wanted to watch.
You?
Yeah,
I watched the first episode.
Have you seen this?
I watched the first episode. I want to watch it, but then I didn't because the Ted Bundy doc came out, and I wanted to watch that too. And we've had guests all weekend, so I haven't been watching a lot of stuff.
Right. Well, I'll say this: You is entertaining. I'll be interested to see what you think on the quality of it. I don't have strong opinions on it, but I'll say this: I think we've watched seven episodes.
That's a lot of episodes. I would guess there's only 8 to 10.
Yeah, I don't know. So I think they had one storyline that they got away from too quickly. Like there's
only 7 episodes. You watched the whole thing.
Then maybe we watched 6. I don't know, man. You know I'm not a numbers guy.
There's 11 episodes.
Okay. Well, I want to link something from earlier, but I don't want to blow it for you because it's a good surprise. Jimmy!
Yeah.
You and your episodes.
Don't blow anything.
Anyways, there's one storyline they came into that I thought was really good that I think they got away from too quickly. We'll see if they can recover from that. And then I don't know. I'm on episode 6 or 7, whatever episode I think I'm on now. And I think it's getting a little ridiculous / repetitive. But we'll see. It's still enjoyable for me.
All right. Well, I'm guessing that tied into the hitman that's a runner and the marathon racing and tracking someone on GPS. That's my guess is. But
yeah, without giving too much away, he gets into running to kind of stalk someone, which is basically what happens here. What do we think about the running hitman?
Pretty cool. They had pictures of him running a marathon. Just looks like a normal dude. This took place in England. I don't know why I said pretty cool. I meant pretty cool that they tracked him via this. They saw a picture of him running a marathon, saw that he has like a Fitbit, basically.
Right.
And then they like snuck into his house and got the Fitbit. They tracked it, and it turns out like all of the 2 kills he did, which were mob hits, he like was methodical in practicing them and going through the motions a bunch of times. So like 5 days before the murder, he had like ran that route or gone there. So they were like, okay, he did it. He was killing bad guys, so it's not as terrible as killing innocent people. Still terrible. But his nickname needs to be the running hitman, right?
Why are you so in on that? I don't. Am I missing something?
Well, like serial killers have nicknames. Mob
Right.
guys have nicknames.
Right.
Give him a better nickname than the running hitman.
Just the runner. Why do you even put the hitman?
A lot of people are called the runner, and
The runner killed another one.
His name is Iceman because that's like so uncreative. All the hitman's name are Iceman. So stupid.
Yeah, he's not getting Iceman. There's a lot of potential there. The running hitman seems too long for me.
I think it's pretty cool. Like the happy face killer, the running hitman stuff.
Yeah, but happy face killer is awesome. The running hitman is pretty soft.
Well, he was pretty soft. He only killed 2 people.
It's got to be a rush, running a marathon and killing people.
I thought he was going to be like killing while in the middle of running a marathon, and I was like,
Right.
"Whoa, that's crazy." It wasn't.
That's crazy.
What do you got about this ghost airplane? There's an airplane in Madrid, and no one knows who owns it.
I mean, did it fly in? What are we talking about here?
Seems like it shouldn't be a big story, but yeah, they're like this big thing. They like don't know what to do with it, I guess.
It's been parked on the tarmac without moving for years.
Yeah, I don't really know. Remember when
Sounds
the
like it's like a $5 million plane.
Weird. Remember when that the guy who bought the Nets, that Russian billionaire, is he still the owner of the Nets?
Prokhorov.
Is he still the owner?
I think he's still chilling. Yeah.
He made such a splash when he bought the team. You thought he was going to be like Cuban, and you were going to hear his name all the time. But
yeah,
I forget his name. Anyway, he said that he had a boat. He said he had a yacht that he didn't even know where it was because he went on it once, and then said he didn't like being on boats, so he just like parked it and let other people use it. He has no idea where it is. That's probably what this plane is. A really, really rich person had a plane because they needed to fly out of Madrid, or they needed to land in Madrid, so they bought a plane, flew it, landed with the crew, and then him and the crew just walked away, and they don't need to ever use it again, so he's whatever. Just solve that case.
Thank you.
Make me a Madrid plane detective already.
Jimmy O'Brien, Madrid plane detective. Yeah. And I think the closer here. How about the off-duty cop that kills himself playing Russian roulette?
No. So it was a female cop who died, and she was off duty, and she was with 2 other male cops, and they were supposedly, this is a kind of a sad story, but they were supposedly playing Russian roulette, but aiming at each other, like that scene, our favorite scene from Semi-Pro.
Right.
And then Russian roulette went off, and they shot her, and she died. I'm not buying this at all. Who plays Russian roulette like that? If you're cops, who the fuck plays Russian roulette if you're not like a scene at a deer hunter where you're forcing someone to play? You know what I mean? Like, and then it's fucking terrible, man. Like, put those guys in jail. You
got to do something.
If you kill someone, and you say no, we were just playing Russian roulette, there's still 1 out of 6 chances you were committing to killing someone there.
Right.
So you're still a murderer. I don't understand how that's an excuse.
Yeah, I don't think it is. I mean, I'd say we're going to follow up with it, but we'll probably lose sight of it. But yeah, that's a bad time.
Yeah, it's stupid. Let's pick this show up with
Better today, it's the better today. Better today, better today.
It's a new week. It's a new day. It's a new dawn. Jake, what's your record right now? Hey, you are 6-7 on your career. You're coming off a 3-2 winning week. Hey. My snaps are clapped because I only have one hand. What are you going to do this week? Jake, are you prepared? Are you excited? You are 6-7. I am 7-6. So if we disagree, we can possibly be tied up if you win.
Did you agree with me on Friday?
Yeah, there was no way Michigan wasn't blowing them out.
Okay.
I'm still confused by that. The line was set at 4, Michigan versus Indiana,
Right.
and they won by like 40. And we were saying, what does Vegas know? Turns out they
Right.
knew nothing.
Somebody knows something.
Vegas knew absolutely nothing. That was the easiest pick we've had.
Love that money.
What do you got? Do you have a bet lined
Yeah,
up?
am I three for my last 4? I was trying to think of my stats this week. I think I'm back on the hot side.
I think you're 3 for your last 4.
Whoo, child. Things are gonna be
get
easier.
Ooh, child.
There's not a big slate tonight, Jim.
It's not a big slate tonight, Jim.
So I've got one good bet and one bet with my heart. What do you want?
No. You don't get to ask me, and then if you lose...
Oh, you don't like me turning the game on you, huh?
Nope. You don't get to ask me and then have that crutch when you lose.
Pulling a knife on me, eh?
Sneaking up on me, eh? I'll fight you with one foot. I'll fight you with my hand tied behind my back. I'll fight you with my eyes closed.
All right, Jim.
Put him up.
I'm going to do it.
He's going to do it.
I'm going to do it.
He's going to do it.
I think this is the safe bet, but I don't want it. I don't want this bet, but if you want free money, take this bet.
Oh, what a cop-out. You're hedging already.
Clippers are -6.5 hosting the Hawks. That's free money. Go take that on your own time. On our time, the New York Knickerbockers are +12 against Charlotte, at Charlotte. Jim, they've beaten Charlotte this year. And here's the deal. This is what the Knicks have done. They've gone on these big losing streaks, and then they try to get 1 or 2 games here or there to kind of end the losing streak. And Charlotte's their team that they kind of believe in. I think they like the matchups there. They got a lot of long point guards that can bother Kemba. And 12 is just a lot of points. And I think the Knicks are going to come together and keep this one close. I don't know if they win it, but they're going to keep it closer than 12 points. Knicks +12.
Betting on the Knicks is tough to do.
Betting on the Knicks.
It's tough to do. They lost to Charlotte earlier by 12. Then they beat Charlotte in overtime. They're coming off, 9 losses in a row.
9 straight losses.
9 straight losses. What was the lineup when they beat?
I'll say this: 6 of their 6 past losses only one of their past 7 losses have been by more than 10 points.
How many?
So against the Heat, they lost by 9. The Nets, they lost by 10. Rockets, they lost by 4. Thunder, they got blown out. Wizards by 1. Sixers by 3. So except for that one Thunder game, who, by the way, the Thunder are looking great. Shout out to my Thunder buddies. But the Knicks haven't lost by – they've only lost I don't know. They've been keeping it close recently in their losses. So I think 12 is just a big number. So I'm taking it.
The last time when they beat the Hornets, Moutier went off for 34. He usually gets around 15. So he had like a special night for him. He's gotten 32 2 other times.
But again, that's kind of the matchup there. Kemba's going to have to guard him, and Kemba's not a size guy. And that's kind of all Moutier has.
The Hornets have won 4 of their last 6. They're coming off a loss to the Bucks. It's in New York. It's in the Garden.
No,
right?
It's not.
It's not?
No,
it's not. I was looking at the Hornets thing. Jake. The Knicks suck, man.
Okay.
The crowd was chanting.
Muday's also out.
Yeah, Muday's okay. Great. That helps my point.
Yeah.
And Cantor, they're chanting for Cantor.
Yeah.
Desperate times. I'm taking the Hornets.
Yes.
Are the Hornets seeking the playoffs right now?
Yeah. Yes.
So then I'm taking the Hornets. But 12 is huge.
12's a lot of points. I just think it's too much. I think the Knicks are going to be in it. They probably pull away at the end. I think the All-Star games in Charlotte, I think they're going to want to keep Kemba a little fresh for that, even if it's just a podium to show him off. I think the Knicks keep it close.
Jakey, about to make a big mistakey.
I'm officially disagreeing with you.
It's fine.
If the Knicks win, we will both be 7-7.
Yeah? How
So
about that?
If they lose, I'll be two better than you or something like that. Whatever.
You know when I get hot, I get hot.
Yeah, but it's a new week.
Woo!
You've never won a Monday bet.
Yeah. Is that true? Yeah.
Yeah, you're over 2.
Nice.
All right. That ends the show. Thank you guys for hanging out with us. We will see you tomorrow. Whatever happened to projectability? The milkman, the baby boy, the evening TV. Around the bend. See you guys.